As hunters, we rely on our gear to help us get the job done. From start to harvest, each piece of equipment we acquire plays a role in the hunt. Everyone's journey in gathering these items is unique. From hand-me-downs to newly purchased, we all seek to find the perfect fit in our arsenal that takes us to the top.
What is up? My name is Jake.
My name is Steven, and welcome to another gear review episode. Today's topic is packs.
Packs, yes. So today we are going to go over the evolution of what we have used, the pros and cons of everything that we've got, that we've used.
Yep.
And pretty much it. We'll dive right into it.
Yeah.
What was the first pack that you ever used?
I think I have a picture of it somewhere, and I'll throw it up in the video if I do. But it was my dad's hiking.
It wasn't a JanSport, was it?
It wasn't. No. Although I have used a JanSport. I think I had an old dark purple.
Dark purple.
It was my dad's. Everything was like, what could I go find immediately in the garage before I started buying gear? But he had an REI backpack that actually did have some not lumbar support, but kind of back padding and stuff. And it had some buckles for it. And it did have, I think, a hood pouch and then some space. It was probably like a 2,000 cubic.
Okay. Size-wise.
Yeah. And it had a bladder holder and stuff like that. So that was just what I grabbed and started using, and it was green, so like a dark green, so it at least blended in.
Like neon green or
No. So it worked. It did the trick for a little bit, but yeah, definitely laughable.
Yeah.
Laughable now in hindsight. So yeah, it was like that, what can I just start with? What'll get me going? And went and did that. But yeah, we've definitely come a long way since then.
Yeah, and then packs in general have come a long way, man.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was hunting with the old man growing up, we were running fanny packs, dude. Fanny packs.
Dang, bro.
Bro, what's up?
I'm going to put an elk in here.
Wasn't that?
Oh, no? Okay.
I mean, shoot. You never know. But yeah, that was the thing, man. We used to run fanny packs, and then you'd always have just a bottle of water in there and whatever. But
probably PB&J.
Probably PB&J. Those granola bars, the old school granola bars.
Nature's Alley or something.
No, straight up the granola bars, chocolate chip, whatever they were. I don't know.
Chewies.
Chewies.
Yeah,
Chewies.
Chewy. Yeah, man. I like the.
We used to have old dehydrated Chewies that were from seasons before or whatever that we forgot.
They're
left
still good,
in there.
Man. They last like an MRE, dude. They're good for years.
Straight up, man. I remember this thing's rock hard, man. But we're eating them.
I'm gonna eat it anyways.
Heck yeah. That was it.
Yep.
But that was what we used, man.
Oh, man.
And now we've grown into these.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the first actual pack of getting into hunting was this guy right here that I ended up getting, and I actually bought it secondhand off of I think it was a Facebook group or something like that, like a Sitka buy, sell, trade, whatever. And I think I ended up paying maybe $250, $270, something like that for this. Yep. And it did its purpose, man. I mean, it's honestly was a killer pack for getting into this. I think I bought it in 2018, 2017 is when I bought it, and it's worked.
It's framed.
It is a frame pack. So
hold it up.
It is an aluminum pack, aluminum frame. So right there, if you see these orange bars right in there, that's your frame. And then it's got this little thing right here to keep from all that heat separated from the pack to your back. It does have suspension loaders to help pull down and tighten. It's got a little bit of a lumbar pad.
Not much.
But your hip pockets and stuff like that. It really is a comfortable pack, to be honest, if you're getting into hunting, in my opinion. But other than that, other than some other ones that we've got, we'll show you kind of some differences. This thing, it's got pockets galore everywhere, soft pockets inside right here. This is kind of just like a stash and go grab thing. You got something in there you need to grab real quick. Your lid detaches. It will come off too if you wanted to. You've got a extension up top, so if you had a big huge load inside. You've got a big side opening, so if you wanted to stuff a bunch of stuff in, you can stuff it in right there, or you can go through the top.
Just load it with meat.
Either way, that's kind of going to be how you would load this pack up. What this does kind of fall short in with what we'll talk about in some of these other packs is a loading shelf, and we'll get further into that. But this does fall short with that. Otherwise, to be honest, if you're like doing a day hunt or something, this is kind of a little bit bigger than you would probably need, but it would work. It's great. Maybe antelope, but maybe javelina or something maybe a little smaller like that, because it's going to be a little harder to get all that meat into this bag. So
yeah,
but
yep,
great product still.
My first pack was a 6-site pack, and it served its purpose. I was sold on it because I knew I needed something framed. I didn't do a whole lot of research on other companies. I had already seen and heard of them through a friend, and I was sold on it too because I saw the frame had a fold-out chair that you could sit in and glass from, which I thought was kind of cool. But it was heavy. It was kind of bulky. I had squeaking problems with it. Something on it somewhere was squeaking. I think it was part of the frame, kind of where the chair folded out the hinge.
I was going to say, is it maybe the plastic frame or something?
Yeah, if something was rubbing on something and making a squeaking noise, so that was an issue. Like, obviously, if I'm trying to stock something, I can't have something squeaking.
Right.
And yeah, ultimately, I just wasn't a long-term fan of it, and so I ended up giving it to my buddy who didn't have a pack, wanted something to get started with, and he actually still has it and uses it. But so that was my first, and
yeah, and then after that, I actually ended up giving you this. To
you
use,
did, yeah.
Because I was like, here, try this pack out, see what that does. And when you did that, I mean, what was your experience? I mean, you've packed some stuff out with this.
Yeah, so we used that. You had already upgraded to this, but before we jumped to this one, I had used that for the elk hunt.
Right.
Packed out a bull elk. I mean, we put an entire elk leg and back straps in there, maybe some more. I can't remember, but I mean, carried out a full hind elk quarter, and
yeah, like
it carried it just fine.
You could just stuff it in through the side right there.
Yeah. Yep. And had to do the old lay down and then roll over and get up. But yeah, I mean, it's night and day difference from what we were previously using. The way that a pack with a frame kind of transfers the weight to your body and stuff, it just makes things a million times easier. Even though it's a heavy load, it doesn't feel as heavy as it really is, and you're like, dang, like you're kind of impressed.
You try and hold up a bag and you're like, oh, this thing's heavy, but then you actually put it on your back and you're like, this ain't that heavy. I mean, it's heavy, but it ain't like, ugh.
Yep.
But yeah, I remember you've packed out your coos deer with this thing.
Yeah.
The elk. So I mean, we've used this thing and it works obviously, and it's held up. So it is a great pack. If you're looking into something, maybe something used, and you see this online or something, I would grab it. It works. But I would definitely try and move into something more further like these. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up moving into this pack. I bought this. I was reading all these different things online. kind of like what you're going to be doing right now watching this video.
What is this pack?
And so what this is the kuiu Icon Pro 6000. And so what that is 6,000 cubic inches of space. And this pack is pretty slick, man. So it's got your top lid up here, removable again, once again, if you wanted to. It's got your hip pouches, water bottle thing, whatever. A big, huge horseshoe zipper if you needed to get inside it. You just got to find out where that zipper is. The only thing on this was these zippers are real close to these clips.
Yeah.
So every time I'm like, I get caught on it.
Yep.
Which is nitpicking, honestly.
Sure.
But this opens all the way out like that. There's a bunch of branches in here.
Leaves and sticks. Yep.
But it does a full open, right? So that makes it way easier for access.
Grab your leg.
Putting a big quarter right there. You can stick your heel up through the top right here if you wanted to. Put a quarter in there.
It's got pockets in here, or zippers in here, area.
Yeah,
storage.
two big zippers up here.
Side storage right here.
Side storage is on the side. I think what they want on this, if I remember right, the other one thing about this pack was they don't have a kind of a hole through the actual main pack for your bladder hose. It goes through one of these side pockets, so they kind of want you to run your bladder through the side. And then, or if you had your bladder up top, you can run it in there.
Not a fan.
They got two big side external pockets, spotting scope, so forth. And then I think, two pockets out here. So you got a small one right here for maybe a headlamp, something like that. And then you got another one right here on the side. Once again, they got caught on that. I got another old vinyl harness in there, but so some stuff in there. But it is a great pack. One of the features of this, which separates it from this pack, is I will show you, and probably this is the main reason why I ended up upgrading to this pack. This pack is super light. It's carbon fiber frame.
Yep. Carbon fiber frame versus aluminum frame makes a big difference.
Yes. Even in flexibility, this is real rigid. So this will flex with you on this frame, which is super comfortable. But the biggest thing for me when I bought this pack is this pack, the bag will separate from the frame. So now you've got let's say you've got a quarter or a bunch of meat in this internal bag already, and you wanted to throw another quarter, you can sandwich this frame in between the pack, and now you've got double the meat load on this pack.
And we've done that.
And we have, and it works phenomenal.
Yep.
So this is, I would say, a top tier style pack.
Yep.
It's adjustability with your shoulder straps.
Pro suspension, the lumbar. I mean, obviously this lumbar is way more noticeable than that.
Right.
This makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
just having that lower back support, especially when you go and add meat and weight to the pack.
Yeah, you're gonna want it. This got kind of like a little rubbery texture in here to help grip that back. So super, super quality, nice, good pack.
Yep.
I liked it, but we were still, the problem that I had with this, and we'll get into another situation he'll show you on this pack, is everything is kind of preset, right? So you've got all your pockets in here and everything. So it kind of, like what I was saying with the bladder, they didn't have a hole where you can kind of just go through the center of the pack, which I want that bladder center of my pack. I don't want it on the side of my pack where it's just flopping over or something.
It's that weight distribution.
Yeah, so then you got to counterbalance it with something on the other side. I like it up against the back of my frame. So there's some differences, and I was looking into something else that is more customizable, And this is where we ended up going with.
Boom. The Cadillac pack. Stone Glacier, man. I don't even know where to start. This thing is a beast. Very comparable to that, but just they thought so much more through with this. Fully customizable. It doesn't come with any fixed pockets internally. So you have this main pocket here, and then you can buy all your own little pouches. You can attach them almost anywhere inside, put them wherever you want to. You can make your own system completely. Again, it has...
Look how easy it was for you to just zip that down, right?
It's got the whole, full pockets if you want to open it up. Boom.
Just like that.
I got my bigger snack packs right here. I should probably throw that tuna packet out.
That's going to be like that Chewy bar, man. That's still
good. Bladder right here. So here's your bladder pack. It fits right here on these two hooks or two belt buckles or whatever you want to call them, and it sits dead center. Additionally, sometimes if I kill something and I'm packing out, I'll take the bladder out, just set it in there and let it do its own thing, and then I'll fill this with meat.
Right.
So, yeah. And then what I like too is that this is almost like...
It's waterproof.
Waterproof, yeah, exactly. So that when you're packing meat out and you get blood all over everything, you've got less to worry about and clean off. It just washes out, it naturally drains itself, and then this is all moisture wicking stuff too. So it just easily takes care of itself. It's more cleanly. It's easier to clean up afterwards where those are soaked. So the other big thing too was like this does all the same stuff as far as like separating from the frame and everything, but kind of tell the difference, Jake, of like how this bottom versus that bottom.
Okay. So yeah, like when I was just showing you, you can separate that whole frame, and which I can do for you real quick too as well. You just take these off right here. You'll take this lid off, and then you'll take this off your shoulder straps right here. He's got it kind of looped in, tied in. And just like this right here, this pack comes right off. Super easy.
Yep. We did this on your coos hunt, so we put meat in the main pack itself, and when we kill an animal, we like to carry out the whole torso. So we'll carry out that torso with us, and we'll just pick it clean at home. So we'll take basically the neck vertebrae to the rib cage, all the way down to the pelvis, leave that meat all together on there, and then we'll clean out in between all the ribs and all that stuff. So we're carrying out a deer torso on top of the quarters and all that stuff, just because we get more meat and more yield out of our kill. So we'll put that usually on this load shelf, and then we'll fill the main pack with meat and loose meat and quarters, and then obviously the head and all that stuff. So
what I'm going to show you right here is this in between.
You gonna put that back together for me?
Oh, it's easy. No, it's a puzzle. You're gonna have to figure it out. It's easy, man. I mean, and there's tutorials from Stone Glacier if you get lost.
Oh yeah.
But so once again, I'm just separating this bag from the frame, and just like that, it's separated, right? So now we've got all this room again, okay? Mm-hmm. But what Stone Glacier does, which is super cool, is they put this little shelving right here. So now you've got kind of a more support, kind of a flap or strap down here. So that way all this meat doesn't have the chance of sliding underneath or falling down or whatever. I mean, you're gonna cinch your pack real tight.
Wiggling loose.
But it just gives you the ability to keep this. I mean, if you wanted to, you can even go higher up, and you could do something where you don't want that meat so low down to your pack. You can kind of put it right here or something, and keep your weight up a little higher on your back. Mm-hmm. So it's just super, super customizable how you want to load your meat.
Yep.
I don't know, in my opinion, it just makes packing out that much easier and more comfortable, in my opinion.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, man, I don't see how it get any better than these Stone Glacier packs. These are the Sky 5900s. You have The K2?
No.
Or what is your?
I've got the R3 frame. It's gonna be a little different than this.
K2 from?
I don't know what you got.
Shoot, man,
K2s are rollerblades.
Yeah. I got the Evo Crux.
Yes.
And
they've got one more called the X Curve. That's supposed to be like their top of the line, which just depends on also your back, I guess.
Yep.
With your arc of your back. So a couple different things.
Yep.
All of them are going to be pretty close to the same weight. They'll all still have this same ability. A little different color. Mine's like a coyote tan. We're running the same bag itself.
Yep.
But it's just really the best part is the customizable options.
Yeah.
And they do have a loop through the bag.
Yeah, for the
for your bladder hose.
bladder hose.
But it's just top notch to be able to pack out an animal with all the weight that you need to. It's really, really top notch.
Heck yeah.
So
the Kuiu Pro 6000, the whole system, it's kind of, when you're building it and picking out packs and stuff, some of it's kind of a la carte and you're picking different options that you do or do not want for it. But with the full thing spec'd out that we ordered, that system right there was roughly around $600. The Stone Glacier was roughly around, I think, $644, so just say $650.
Yep.
Plus or minus a few extra attachments because we bought bags and other things like that and stuff.
Your organizers and stuff.
Yep. So say safely probably $700 by the time you order your organization system for it and whatnot.
Yeah, your bladder bag or whatever you want, you know, all that. So.
And even then, like sometimes I see Jake a lot, you know, we don't always run our lids. If we're going out on longer hunts where we don't have access to camp as much, we'll take the lid with us. But if we're doing more just day hunts, just rip that lid off. It comes right off on both of them. And you can run this as just a compressed day pack. They get very tiny, very tiny.
Yeah, you can run it into bivvy mode and it just makes it that much smaller and more compact. So.
Yep. To kind of digress from some of the bigger packs, we have some things too, like these. I was super excited when this came out. My wife got it for me for Christmas. It's a marsupial hydration pack. I will typically, during OTC season, I'm gone from sun up to sundown all day long. I am not coming back or going to camp in between. So I will take this, just kind of run it as a bladder holder basically. And I'll take out that bladder pouch that I have inside here. I'll throw this and I'll compress it down and put it inside there. Run this through the attachment for the bladder hose. And sometimes I'll run it like that. But I mean, if you're going where you're just going to be out for half a day and you really don't need that much stuff, this would be another great option to have of just taking water and
kill kit in there.
Yeah, minimal supplies. You know, I mean, if you're like, hey, I could be back to my truck in 30 minutes, and maybe leave this in the truck and just do something easier.
Or a scouting trip or something too,
Yeah, definitely a scouting trip. Obviously general hiking stuff. But yeah, there's an entire pouch down in here. Obviously it holds the bladder. If you open it up, there's 3 pockets in here, zippered pockets in here and stuff. So it's another great option. It's got molly webbing all over it. You can do all sorts of customizable stuff with this, and it's super comfortable. It also ties into their bino harnesses, so you can attach this directly to the bino harness if you want, or you can just run it like this, or it's got its own harness system. So just another great option if you want to go a little smaller, do like a half-day hunt. Really good too for like taking into a blind. If you're gonna go sit in a blind or just want to take something minimal with you. So yeah, kind of just another option to have. But hope that helps some of you guys out. And thanks for watching this episode. That's about all I got.
Pretty much.
Cool. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care.